Again, I am Plantation Pepe, and we're going to keep this show rolling and moving and going, but let me get another solidarity statement. Reader up here, please, from UCLA Samahang and Space. Are they here? Please make some noise for UCLA Samahang and Space coming up to read a solidarity statement. Your names, please. Make some noise, please. Who wants the mic?
Okay, we actually don't have a written statement, so we're just going to speak from the heart. It's really bright, by the way. I can't see that. But my name is A.N.S.W.E.R. I'm from Samahang Pilipino. I just first would like to congratulate KmB for reaching their 10-year anniversary. You've really been a great aid, not just educating the youth within P-Town and in the Philippines, around the world, but also helping UCLA, sitting down with Samahang representatives and helping us to really figure out how to effectively community organize, taking Samahang out of the UCLA bubble and seeing how we can really work with our community and see what we all need and come to it together. So as a representative from Samahang, thank you KmB for all that you've done. You really have helped us a lot.
Okay, so on behalf of SPACE, Samahang Filipino, advancing community empowerment, we work with the youth at Marshall and Belmont High School, and it's very, very good to know and very comforting to know that there's people in our community, within our community, who believe in our youth, who inspire our youth, who show them what resources are available. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
We felt this is really important to bring up, but I'm not sure if everyone knows, but last week at UCLA, the UC Regents were on our campus meeting about whether or not to approve a 32% fee increase for all UCs in California. And yes, and just from a student perspective, from a Filipino member perspective, standing at the UC Regents meeting, we really were representing grassroots. All people of color were standing on the chairs with their fists in the air. It was really rough to see that, we really push our youth to really speak and fight and advocate for themselves. But sometimes, no matter how hard you advocate, you're still you're misrepresented. The UC Regents were elected to represent us, yet they were ignoring everything that we've said. They cut off our public comment. And they were they were telling us to shut up, they were arresting us, and as we were inside the meeting, they were tasing and having tear gas at our students that were protesting for a fee that didn't properly represent them. And then on Thursday, Samahang Filipino members chose to participate in the protest through helping barricade the building in which the UC Regents were meeting. And after they got out, we decided, it's really important that they see that what they're doing is not fair to us, that they really need to represent us. So through a peaceful protest, we were in an intersection where members of Samahang Filipino and UC students in general were physically mistreated and tasered. So from that, I just want to say, just stress the importance of how much it means to have our CBOs, especially KmB, supporting us. When I spoke to John Eric a few days later, he didn't, the first thing he worried about was whether we were okay, how were we feeling, and what were we going to do to make sure that our voices were heard. And knowing that, we had KmB always fully backing us up really meant a lot, because the reason that students were so upset about this 32% increase isn't not just the fact that it's ridiculous, 30% is so much, but also it doesn't just affect me, or it doesn't just affect Lou, it affects the communities we come from, people of color who have always been misrepresented. It's our opportunity to get a higher education and really give back to our community and educate ourselves, right? So it's closing the door, but showing that in solidarity we can work harder together to push these doors open. So from that, thank you, KmB. I know that you will all really help us and aid us in making sure our voices are heard and we're fully represented. So thank
you. Thank you. Please make some noise for UCLA Samahang and Space. We have another solidarity statement, but not yet.